Hello everyone. Welcome to a new session of Biomolecules. In this session, we will study about some of the NCERT based questions. So this is the first part of this session. Okay, so let us start with a question. The acid used for the preliminary separation of biomolecules in a living tissue is trichlorobenzoic acid, benzoic acid, trichloroacetic acid, and acetic acid. So let us first understand this question. So to study the living tissue, what we do, basically animal tissue, we take a part of the tissue and crush it and add an acid. We add an acid and make a paste of it, and then it is analyzed. So this is the preliminary separations of biomolecules. Later the biomolecules get separated out from that paste. So but that acid is required to make a paste of that. So that is trichloroacetic acid. Trichloroacetic acid is used in this process. Acetic acid is not used. Trichlorobenzoic acid is not used. Even the benzoic acid is not used. Trichloroacetic acid is used because it separates all the biomolecules which are present in the living tissue. Okay. So trichloroacetic acid is the correct answer. Moving to the next question. According to the weight percentage, the first three elements in the human body. Okay. So carbon, then comes the hydrogen, then comes the oxygen, according to the first option. Next, carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen. Next option, oxygen, then nitrogen, then carbon. And the fourth option, oxygen, carbon, and then comes the hydrogen. So according to this, the correct answer is the D1 because oxygen is around 62% present in the weight. According to the weight of the body, 62% is of oxygen. Then comes the carbon, 10 to 12, and hydrogen is very less, around 2 to 6%. And very small amount nitrogen is present. So the correct answer is oxygen is major one, then comes the carbon, and then least one is the hydrogen. This is the weight according to the weight percentage. And this is the comparison of the three elements present in the human body. Next question. Which of the following is the example of the acidic amino acid? So now we are having 20 amino acids. Okay. And out of that, we are having aspartic acid. Aspartic acid and glutamic acid. If you remember, glutamic acid. The name in itself shows that this is an acid. Okay. Aspartic acid is also called as aspartate. Aspartate. And glutamic acid is also called as glutamate. So these two are like the options are lysine, glutamic acid, aspartate, B and C. So here you can see glutamic acid is an acidic amino acid. Aspartate or aspartic acid is also the acidic amino acid. So our answer will be B and C. So B and C is the correct answer. Next question. All of the following amino acids are aromatic except. So tyrosine is an aromatic amino acid. Phenylalanine is again aromatic amino acid, and tryptophan is again aromatic amino acid. These are the 3 out of 23 amino acids are aromatic. Okay, so valine is not an aromatic amino acid. So our correct answer will be valine. Okay, so just remember tyrosine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan. These are the 3 aromatic amino acids. Aromatic amino acids. Next question. Which of the following is a basic amino acid? Basic amino acid. Leucine, lysine, methionine, and aspartic acid. So aspartic acid and acidic, so it is not an basic amino acid. Methionine and leucine is not an basic amino acid, it is a neutral amino acids. Okay, so the correct answer is the lysine. So lysine is the correct one. So you must remember some of the amino acids which are basic, some are acidic, since some are neutral amino acids. So you must remember that. So leucine, methionine are the neutral amino acids. Aspartic acid and glutamic acid, as I've already told you, that is acidic amino acid. And lysine is the basic amino acid. Next question. The simplest amino acid. So if I draw a simple diagram of any amino acid, it will be like. So if I draw a diagram of a simple amino acid, it will be like, it will be having COOH group. It will be having NH2 group. It will be having hydrogen, and it will be having R group. Okay, so when this R group will be H, it will be simplest amino acid. So here glycine is the simplest amino acid. The correct answer is glycine. Choose the mismatched pair. So here glutamic acid, as its name indicate, it is acidic in nature. So glutamic acid is acidic amino acid. Lysine, it is a basic amino acid. Phenylalanine, coming to the fourth option, phenylalanine, as its name, if you remember that phenylalanine is an aromatic amino acid, then there are 3 different amino acids we have already covered in a question. Okay, so phenylalanine is an aromatic amino acid. Now valine, charged. So this is incorrect. Valine is charged. No charge is present. No charge is present on the valine. So this is the mismatch pair. Which of the following is not an aromatic amino acid? Again, threonine, tyrosine, tryptophan, phenylalanine. So tyrosine, tryptophan, phenylalanine, these are the 3 different aromatic amino acid. Aromatic amino acid. And threonine is not an aromatic amino acid. So correct answer is threonine. Moving to the next question. Which of the following statement is incorrect about the amino acid? So there are 4 different statements. Let us study about this. The first one, the amino group and the carboxylic group of an amino acids are attached to both amino and carboxylic group to the alpha carbon. Amino acid can be classified by the number of peptide bonds. Amino acids have an N-terminus, C-terminus, and R group. So if I draw a amino acids, this is the chiral carbon, alpha carbon, and here C-terminus means COH group is attached. N-terminus, this is the N-terminus, NH2 group is attached. This is H, and here is the R group. So these 3 you can see, this is the N-terminus, this is the C-terminus, and this is the R group. So this is the correct one. Essential amino acids are not synthesized in the body. That is why they are called as essential, because that you have to take in your diet. Okay, so this is also the correct statement. The first one, the amino group and the carboxylic group of an amino acids are both attached to the alpha carbon. So here, this NH2 group and COH group is attached to this carbon. So this is also correct. Now the B statement. Amino acids can be classified by the number of peptide bond. So there are, suppose, 10 amino acid. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, 9 and 10. And these amino acids are attached with peptide bond. So there are 9 peptide bonds. So peptide bond is not utilized for the classification of amino acids. Okay, so peptide bond forms the primary structure of the protein. It has nothing to do with the classification of amino acids. So this statement is incorrect. Amino acid can be classified by the number of peptide. This is the incorrect statement. Next question. Phosphoglycerate is always made up of. So let us read the statements. Only an unsaturated fatty acid esterified to a glycerol molecule to which a phosphate group is also attached. A saturated or unsaturated fatty acid esterified to a glycerol molecule to which a phosphate group is also attached. Saturated or unsaturated fatty acid esterified to a phosphate group which is also attached to the glycerol molecule. Only a saturated fatty acid esterified to a glycerol 2 molecule to which a phosphate group is attached. So first of all, we need to understand what is unsaturated fatty acid and what is saturated fatty acid. Unsaturated fatty acids are having double bond. Okay, they are having a double bond in between the carbon atom. Whereas in the case of saturated fatty acid, single bonds are present in between the carbon, but at the carboxyl group, they are having a double bond, single double bond. This is the difference between the unsaturated fatty acid and saturated fatty acid. Now, phosphoglycerate. This is the phosphoglycerate. So, saturated or unsaturated fatty acid esterified to the phosphate group, which is also attached to the glycerol molecule. This is the correct statement. A saturated or unsaturated fatty acid esterified to the glycerol molecule to which a phosphate group is also attached. That gives you the phosphoglycerate molecule. Moving to the next question. Which of the following set is correctly matched to the category mentioned against them? So here are the 4 different categories. So let us take first option, lysine, glycine and thiamine. So thiamine is not an amino acid. So this is incorrect. Arachidonic acid, acetic acid, palmitic acid. Palmitic acid and arachidonic acid are the fatty acid, but acetic acid is not a fatty acid. Incorrect. Thymidine, uridine, cytidyllic acid. Thymidine, uridine are the nucleotides, but cytidyllic acid is not a nucleotide. So this is incorrect. Cellulose, inulin and glycerol. If you remember, these are the different polysaccharides. Glycerol is present in animal. Okay, this is also called as animal starch. When glucose is stored in the form of glycogen, so that is called as animal starch. Inulin. In some of the plants, beetroot, inulin is stored. Cellulose, cell wall of plants are made up of cellulose. So these are the different polysaccharides. So the correct one is D option. Next question. The charged molecule which is electrically neutral is, this is very, very important question, amino acid, zwitterion, amide, and peptide. So if you remember the structure of zwitterion, it is COO having a 1 minus charge, NH having plus charge, R group, H. So here you can see it is having a minus charge as well as positive charge. The charged molecule which is electrically neutral. Now this is the number of charges here 1 negative and number of charge here is positive is 1. So it is electrically neutral. So zwitterion is the correct answer. Unsaturated fatty acids have palmitic acid, oleic acid, high melting point, one or more double bonds. So unsaturated fatty acids are the fatty acids which are having one or more double bond. Okay, so they are called as unsaturated fatty acids. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Long chain molecules of the fatty acids are formed by polymerization of two carbon compounds. Lipid molecules are soluble in water. In lipid, R group may be CH3 group, CH group, or higher number of CH2 group, that can be 1 to 19 carbon. Oils have lower melting temperature. So, long chain molecules of fatty acids are formed by the polymerization of two carbon compound. This is correct statement. Lipid molecules are soluble in water. No, lipid molecules are insoluble in water. So, correct statement is, means this is the incorrect statement, but if we find out the correct option, then this is the correct option, that lipid molecules are soluble in water. Lipid molecules are insoluble in water. It doesn't get solubilized in water, and that is why it is a part of the cell membrane, and inside the cell membrane cytoplasm is present. That is, major component is water. So if this lipid molecule is soluble in water, then this membrane will not be exist. The membrane will not exist and it gets solubilized. But the membrane is intact. So this shows that it is not soluble in water. Glycerol is tetrahydroxypropane, trihydroxypropane, trihydroxybutane, and tetrahydroxybutane. So if you remember that CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. If you name meth, eth, trop. So trihydroxy, 3 hydroxyl group is there, okay, and you are having 3 carbon. So this is the propane, and trihydroxy means 3 hydroxyl group is attached. So the correct answer is trihydroxypropane. Trihydroxypropane is the correct answer. A fat has, first option, 3 glycerol and 1 fatty acid molecule, 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acid molecules, 3 glycerol, 3 fatty acid molecules, 1 glycerol and 1 fatty acid molecule. So just now I have drawn the structure of a glycerol, CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. This is the glycerol, and here we are having R CH2COOH. This is one fatty acid, R2CH2COOH. This is second fatty acid, and R3 CH2COOH. This is the third fatty acids. Now this will undergo addition reaction and it will form an fatty acid. This will form fatty acid. So here we can see one glycerol molecule and 3 fatty acid molecule unite to form a fatty acid. So our correct answer is B, 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acid molecule. 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acid molecule. Next question. Lipid are insoluble in water because lipid molecules are hydrophilic, hydrophobic, neutral, zwitterons. So zwitterons are having charge but equally distributed, so they are neutral. Okay, neutral means no charge is present there. In zwitteron, equal amount of opposite charges are present. Hydrophilic, the compound or the molecule which are having get attached to the water molecule. They are hydrophilic. Hydrophobic, water doesn't get attached to the compound or the molecule that are hydrophobic. So lipid are insoluble in water. Why they are insoluble in water? Because they are hydrophobic in nature. So they are hydrophobic in nature. Next question. Mark the odd pair of the following. Amino acid forms the protein. Nucleotides, these are the unit that are used to form DNA molecule. Nucleotides are used to form DNA molecule. Correct? Glycerol, fatty acid. Glycerol and acids are used to form fatty acids. Monosaccharides used to form cellulose. So what is the correct answer? Glycerol and fatty acid. Glycerol and fatty acid unite to form fats. So this is not correct. This is odd one. Next question. When triglycerides are at room temperature, they are called oil, fats, gases, none of these. So at high temperature, fats changes to oil. At high temperature, when you increase the temperature, fat changes to oil. But at normal temperature or room temperature, triglycerides are called as fats. So the correct answer is B. So next question. Nucleotides are the building blocks of the nucleic acid. Each nucleotide is a composite molecules formed by, first option, base, sugar and phosphate. Base, second option, base, sugar and hydroxyl group. Third option, base, phosphate. And the last option is sugar and phosphate. So nucleotides are formed by base, sugar and phosphate group. Base and sugar unite to form nucleoside. They form nucleosides. But all the three, base, sugar and phosphate, unite to form nucleotides. So the correct option is A, base, sugar and phosphate. Nucleosides differ from the nucleotide is not having. So just now we have solved this question. Nucleoside. So we are having base, we are having sugar, we are having phosphate group. So base and sugar unite to form nucleoside. Base, sugar and phosphate unite to form nucleotides. Okay. So in nucleoside, what is not present? Phosphate group. So the first option is sugar, then nitrogen, then phosphate, phosphate and sugar. So what is not present in nucleoside? Phosphate group. So the correct answer is phosphate. Next question. Nucleotide is formed of purine, pyrimidine and phosphate, means nitrogen. These are the nitrogenous group, both purine and pyrimidine, and phosphate group, no sugar. Next option, purine, sugar and phosphate, means all the three are there. Nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate. Pyrimidine, sugar and phosphate. So according to here, this is also correct. Purine, sugar and phosphate. Nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate. This is correct. Pyrimidine, sugar and phosphate. But this is the correct option. Why? Because nitrogen base, when you write nitrogen base, then it covers purine as well as pyrimidine both. Okay. So C is the correct option. Nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate. So this is all about some of the NCERT based question in the first part of this chapter. We will meet again with a new session with some more questions. Till then, thank you very much.